Hi, welcome. So I asked ChatGPT, I thought, you know what? I haven't talked to ChatGPT in a while. Let's see what kind of tarot spread that's something different than I would normally think to do. Not the content so much, but just the spread, like the placements. And I asked for something like creative and deep and interesting, and that I think I said like something that no one ever talks about, because I was curious what it would even give us. And here's what it gave us. It says, this is called the Hollow Bone Spread. It's a tarot journey into releasing ego and becoming a channel for higher purpose. Well, you know, I love that. This spread is designed for those moments when you're feeling the pull to get out of your own way, to surrender the small self and align with something deeper, wilder, and wiser. Inspired by the shamanic concept of becoming a hollow bone, an empty vessel through which spirit can move. This spread explores the shedding of identity, expectation, and self-limiting belief in service of becoming who you really are. I like it. So let's just see what comes up. There are 7 cards, 7 placements, and we'll see how we are a hollow bone. Okay. Thanks for being here. I have very low light. I mean, it still feels really bright. My eyes have been really, really tired lately. Like really, like, oh, I just want no light. I wonder what that's all about. Okay. So this first card, I'm just going to lay out all 7 and then I'll explain them. Okay. These are my new cards, so they're a little hard to work with here. Interesting already. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. 7. Okay. So we'll do clarifications as we go. So the first card, this is the Sun, and it says, this is the noise. What belief, habit, or fear is currently clouding my inner clarity? Which is hilarious, because the Sun is what's always above the clouds. And I wonder if this is the Sun being optimism. Do you know that like concept of like false optimism, or what's it called? Maybe that's all it's called. Where it's like you're ignoring everything around you and you're just faking it, you know. So I wonder if that's the noise. What, like that habit, which is actually based in fear of addressing what's really going on. So I wonder if there's like a false optimism. What is that called? It's like maybe like spiritual bypassing, where you just only want to be focused on the good feelings and saying you've really done the work when you really haven't done the work. You've thought about doing the work, and maybe that's why you say, you know, I don't know. So I don't know, that's what it feels like for this, the noise, like that false everything's okay, or spiritual bypassing. So then we have the Mask, which is the 10 of Swords. What part of my identity am I gripping that no longer serves my soul's unfolding? It almost feels like this, it's like the identity that I'm holding on to is the victim mentality. So isn't that interesting that it's like you have like the woe is me, but the falseness of like spiritual bypassing, we're not really doing the work, but we're claiming all of this woundedness. Interesting. I guess those would go hand in hand. The Bone. This is the 9 of Wands. what part of me is pure, indestructible, and eternal, even when all else falls away? The Nine of Wands, well, it's cool how it's got this artist vibe, but it's really self-reliance. Like there's this inner strength to just keep going no matter what happens, because you've been through a lot. So what part of me is indestructible and eternal? It's almost like the strength of spirit, of will. Sometimes it could be will. A lot of times the Nine of Wands makes me think of willpower, but wands being spirit energy, it's really like this eternal spiritual strength that you can rely on, because you're still here, no matter, even though you're claiming all this woundedness, you're still here, still kicking, still going. So then we have the cracking. This is Temperance. What needs to break open or break down so that I can truly be a vessel? This is interesting because Temperance is this idea of, oh gosh, I love this artwork. Look at this. This moderation, yes, but it's also like a trust in the way things can work out better than you could have designed them. But how is that what needs to break open? Or maybe that's what needs to happen, is the trust. Interesting. So that you can truly be a vet. Well, that's true, isn't it? Like this trust in spirit, that it's, you just have to open yourself to be a vessel and get out of the way. And that's Temperance, is that trust element. So that makes sense. And then we have 5, the placement of 5, which is the voice that moves through me. This is the 10 of Wands, which says, what gift or message wants to come through me, not from me? The 10 of Wands is the one where we've progressed from the 9 to the 10. The 10 says we've made it. Just put down your burdens. That's the message that wants to come through me, is like, maybe put down all of these stories, let go of that, put down the burdens, because you're fully supported and loved and you're still kicking, right? You don't have to carry the old weights. They're false anyway, those old stories. And then we have number 6, which is the Tower, the guardian at the threshold. What energy is asking to be faced or befriended before I can fully step into my next level of service? This is like a letting go, isn't it? Like the old way of all of this woundedness, old stories, victim mentality, whatever that is for you. It's, I have to let everything come down and not attach. This is like a non-attachment energy. Everything changes. The only constant is change. Accept that and get out of the way. Let it come down so that something new can build in its place. And then we have 7, the becoming, 4 of Wands. What am I in the process of becoming if I allow myself to fully surrender? The 4, which is amazing. Look at this fire energy with the butterfly emerging. I love that. Well, the 4 of Wands is about like just pure happiness, happy events, celebration, really celebration of spirit. It's like that eternal flame. Isn't that a song? So what am I in the process of becoming? Well, the butterfly, which is kind of a funny, appropriate image when the tower comes down and you emerge. It's like the phoenix rising with all this fire imagery. And so what are you fully becoming? Just somebody who can be optimistic, real optimism. It's funny that's come full circle and flipped that side of the coin, where we've gone from false optimism to real optimism, as in celebration for the sake of celebration, for this life, like this gratitude for this life. So I love that. I could just end it there. That was a fun little, that's called the hollow bone spread. So maybe we will just end it there. That was a fun little thing. It really gave us some things I wouldn't have thought would have come up, like that the woundedness, those old stories, the victim mentality. Oftentimes we are actual victims. And how long do we perpetuate the story without actually doing the deep dive into like, how am I alchemizing this? What am I learning from it? What am I turning this pain into? How am I releasing it so that something greater can come in? So maybe we go through victimhood for a time, but this is saying, okay, now lay down those wands. You've built your strength from that. And now it's time to trust, lay down the burdens, get out of the way. The only constant is change, and celebrate and have gratitude for this life. So it's a pretty cohesive story. Okay. That was fun. It's called the Hollow Bone Spread. I have to read more about that. Sometimes I read about shamanism. I don't know much about it. One time I took a class on it just to learn more, and I hadn't heard about this, but I like it. Like becoming the hollow bone, the channel for spirit to work through you. So I hope that was fun for you too, and thanks for being here. Bye.